legislators, all these people, man, they're all making governors. Well, we all got to support the governor's mansion with our tax, but our roads for the last 2 decades out here, they've been giant potholes that'll wreck your suspension. Can't get those fixed. Pay that gas tax though. Tell you, oh yeah, it's for roads, but out here, nice new roads on the freeway for people to travel. We got to make room for all the migrants. You know, speaking of the migrants, you know what? The same draw to America nowadays. To me, the kind of people. I mean, I don't. People with money, particularly, that come from other places. They're doing well over there, but they want to do better. They want to take advantage. They think they're smarter than Americans. They come here and they buy it up. Stupid, lazy Americans. They buy up all the real estate, for example, and you become their tenant. But it's kind of like the same draw that ancient Rome had, right? Because it attracted a lot of people. Hey, maybe I can get a gig at Caligula's palace. You know, it's not, it's not good. I mean, these people coming from Latin America, I respect a lot more. I mean, a lot of them just are family oriented. They don't want trouble. They got family they have to leave behind, but they plan on sending them money and becoming the hero. So they're doing it. It's like a mission. They're on a mission coming to America, right? Make some money and spoiled Americans. We can certainly compete with these people. We're young, strong immigrants, and we'll displace those American workers, and we'll take over this joint, man. We'll show them. Good. Well, I say fine. Show us how it's done. Show us how it's done. I mean, we should set apart and give them their own little nation if they want. People do like to live together. We all know that happens all over the country. We see, there's even a Yugoslavia town down in Sacramento, I understand. So everybody likes it. They like to congregate together. We hear of Koreatown and Chinatown and this town and the next town, right? People like to be together. Well, in Santa Cruz County, I know I always call Watsonville Little Mexico. It's southern Santa Cruz County, but it is primarily Latino. And that's great. I like Latinos. Family oriented. I have no problem with Latinos. I like their values a lot more than I like most Americans' values. I mean, how we family oriented here. I mean, they're running some ads now that are kind of touching that, say, hey, family, it's okay. Care about your extended family, care about people when they get older, because a lot of cultures, they respect their elders and they take care of them. They don't depend on hospice or some nursing home. Family, extended family, they take care of them. But now it's like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Our culture's all screwed up, friends. The emphasis we put on making gobs of money, it sickens me. This is all success, very narrowly defined. If you don't have gobs of money, you're not a success. It sickens me. The whole scene it's just like, it's theatrics. It's a big theater. Caligula's theater. No, I want to be proud of America. I'm glad I was born in America. So as much as I'm criticizing, this is constructive criticism, friends, but we've got a lot to be ashamed of. This tolerance we've secured a tolerance to indigency in America, and it's wrong. It's wrong. When we're willing as a society to pay $100,000 a year for criminals, but if you're not willing to be a criminal, no soup for you. Nothing. Sorry, we're just going to let you suffer and die and run you out of one campsite after another. And hey, I get it. If I was somebody that lived near a homeless camp, I get it. I understand. It's not that I don't understand. I'm saying let's fix it once and for all, permanently. I think we're pissing off God. I really do. It's sure pissing me off. This whole, we got this homeless crisis. You know how long they've been saying homeless crisis? For the last 2.5 freaking decades, I've been hearing this crap. Oh, it's a crisis, crisis, constant crisis, getting worse, We got to spend $50 billion every year on Section 8 housing, HUD, housing and urban development. And look at that fancy housing authority building. Do you know how much it costs to pay one of these administrators working within this social welfare department because you lazy poor people, you welfare, you takers, you lazy people, liars, cheaters, thieves. I remember Ronald Reagan, what do you have, the welfare mama, he said, driving in her pink Cadillac and all this crap. I don't know who was talking in his ear, the devil. It sickens me. Yeah, there's a few cheaters. Did you know they've done studies? What is it? Less than 10% of people would steal if they knew they could get away with it. Do you understand? People are decent at heart. The vast majority of people want to be honest. You think that's true with the politicians? No. We see through their crap now, and they've got to know we see through their crap. They're steering this ship of fools. You think it's a democracy? You got a tiny critical mass. Those in power, the politicians. A tiny critical mass is steering this ship. It ain't you. It isn't the decent people in your community. It just takes people out there buying up everything, raising your cost of living, working collaboratively with the people at the top. We're talking about the money lenders, the money printers, the top politicians. They're all getting their way. They don't want you to get a deal on anything. They got to secure the essential human needs, and housing is at the top of that list. That's the one thing they do. This is so valuable. They give a crap, man. Just try not paying your tax, your rent. You think you own a piece of real estate? You're delusional. You're delusional. Try not paying your property tax, your rent, that is, and see who really owns your real estate. So it's a big, fat scam to perpetually keep the people enslaved. They've normalized slavery this way. You should be able to get ahead. Life's supposed to get easier. Your money's supposed to go up in worth. Do you understand? That's how you define progress. Social economic progress is defined by your money going up in worth. But they want you to be convinced that, oh no, inflation's it, man. This is it. We just try to control it because we don't want it out of control, but we've got to have some because otherwise we'll have a recession. Depression is right behind. Oh, end of the world. Prices going down. Oh, God. Right? They're liars. Do you understand? They will lie straight to your face because it's profitable to them. Because these are the slaver class. They're running the show. Everything's about them. You look into the personal finances of all these politicians, Democrats and Republicans, you'll find out the same thing I did. The vast majority are multimillionaires. By default position, they're out of touch with the American people and what we want. We want fairness. I sure as hell do. I just want fairness. That to me is justice. I'll shut the hell up, man. I start seeing any progress if it, over a period of time, any amount of where I see my money going up in worth, then I'll have a little faith. Then I'll say, okay, great. I'll speak positively about the direction I see things going. But that's not happening. No, it's a big scam. Do you understand? It's a scam. Inflation, cost of living inflation is a scam. Currency debasement is the effect. Your money's worth less. That's what currency debasement means. Your money's worth less because your cost, you got to pay for stuff, keeps going up. And like I said, they started out very gradually, slowly. That's what I mean about turning up the heat. And now recently, I mean, you see what's happened? I mean, I see eggs from the period I buy 1 dozen eggs at $3 three something and change, and next thing I know I'm paying six something and change. That's hyperinflation, friends. We're turning farmland into solar farms. Hey, great. But you know, this whole idea that you're at fault for climate change because you heat and cool your house, because you drive a car, is a lie from the pit of hell. Look up high altitude aerosolized spraying, i.e., chemtrailing, i.e., geoengineering. Look it up. Look at the images of the planes outfitted to spray this crap. What's spookiest and what bothers me most of all is that the mainstream media won't say a damn thing about this. They're altering the climate. Remember, they have control of money. They can buy as many jumbo jets outfitted to spray the skies as they want. Controlled. They don't even need pilots. Remote controlled planes. Spraying the sky whenever they feel like. Altering the climate because they'll say, see, try to get to the bottom. They'll say, well, here's the theory. This is our junk science. We're winging it. It's an experiment, but we've been doing it for decades now. And we'll spray the sky, and you see this aluminum concoction, this vaporized or powdered aluminum concoction, very incendiary concoction that they're spraying that's settling to the ground. Remember, what goes up comes down. Settling in your forest. You wonder why we have these horrific fires like we had locally here. The Camp Fire in Paradise, killing over 80 people. That's a theory, so the aluminum reflects the sunlight back up. And so it doesn't hit the earth, and so the theory, it'll help cool the earth. And it does. I mean, I tell you what, I've gone on a clear February day and the sun starts coming up and you can feel the warmth. You stand in the sun, oh, it feels good, absorbing the warmth. The next thing you know, it hits a cloud. There was no cloud. Oh, wow. That plane just sprayed a big old fat trail up there, and now the sun is dimmed permanently. And then another one goes by, another one, you see crisscrossing and parallel lines. And there's not that many passenger planes going by or military. What's going on here? Not a whisper in the mainstream media. Radio silence, crickets. That's spooky. Why? They don't want to be responsible. They don't want to be accountable. They want to blame you for driving your car, for heating and cooling your home. Your carbon footprint is bad. You understand? But they're suppressing tons of clean energy options on these little contraptions that are smaller than a dishwasher you put in your house and just run on hydrogen power, just permanent free energy. It's completely independent, off the grid. No, are you kidding? I mean, you understand the implications of that for the electric companies? All those well-paying jobs? You understand we got all these problems like poverty that drives the vast majority of the crime. How many jobs depend on people continuing to commit crimes? I'm just asking. Maybe I'm being overly cynical because I know there is demon-possessed people. They call them all the psychiatric problems. And was he in his right mind? Let's see. Should we give him the death penalty or can he plead insanity defense? You're out of your mind. You did what? Of course you're crazy. You're demon-possessed. That's all. Go back thousands of years. They didn't have psychiatric diagnoses for people. You're demon-possessed. You did what? He's got a demon chain him hand and foot, man. That's what you did with him. Not anymore. Excuse me. All these well-paying jobs that depend on people being poor, not being able to afford to pay their rent or mortgage. And I wonder, all these charity ads, I want to know. I want transparency. I want to know what these people running these ads, these actors they hire, and the producers. How much are these people getting paid to run these really slick, poignant ads? Oh, Feeding America, Housing America would be far more appropriate. Oh, but we can't go there. And locally, these news stations do these food drives. Oh, it's Christmas. We make sure people aren't going hungry. at Christmas time, so we'll do these food drives. Why don't you do a housing drive? Who's got some housing they can offer up? Huh? Oh, was that too insurmountable for you? Oh, I can't. I don't know. That's somebody else's problem. They'll tell you where to go. Well, here you got to go knock on the door, camp out in front of the housing authority building, and the police. They're decent people, so they'll probably let you. That's probably the appropriate place. They think, yeah, camp there. Yeah, go camp in the parking lot at the housing authority. That's what I would